Taylor Box Office Kitsch is Chan. And Aaron, I wasn't Hit Girl in Kick-Ass Johnson. That shocked me, by the way. I'll get to that later. He plays Ben. There are two guys that team up to grow weed in Laguna Beach, California, which is branded as like the best high you can buy. So I don't know enough about weed, I guess. So if you guys want to chime in and tell me how cool weed is, here's the time.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly. It's bad for you. Just don't do it, kids. How it works is Chan, which is Taylor Kitsch, he's the muscle. He's the one that takes care of all the shady dealings and all that kind of stuff. And Ben is the grower who's kind of like a Buddhist, and he wants to help everybody, and he's doing this for the money so he can save African kids and whatever the hell else he's got going on. He got a nice little private enterprise going on. Yeah, isn't it sweet?
He's the good drug dealer.
He's the good drug dealer. They also both share and date the same woman in O. It's short for Ophelia. I'm sorry, that just makes me laugh. They literally share her. Like they take turns taking her on dates and showing her literally a good time. And that's played by Blake, sorry about Green Lantern Lively. Their relationship sounds batshit crazy, and somehow the movie makes it work. I don't quite understand it, but I watched the movie. It seemed to work for me. Even though if they were truly friends that had this problem, you would think at one point one of them would say, okay, you stop. My turn. You no longer. You go get your own lady. But unfortunately, their high caught the attention of a Mexican Baja cartel, and the vicious head of the cartel is Elena, who's played by Salma Hayek, who is still my number one crush, if anybody cares. She decides she wants a piece of the action, so the guys, they just say, I don't want no piece of that. They try to get out of it. The cartel says, no, you're going to make this deal. So they kidnap O and say, we're going to hold her for a year, and you have to cooperate. If you cooperate, you can have her back in a year. If you don't, we're going to send you her body parts throughout the year. Get the gist of it? Mm-hmm. John Travolta pops up. He's a crooked DEA agent, working both sides. And Benicio del Toro, that's right, with the accent, plays the cartel muscle and resident psycho who is helping with the kidnapping O situation. And then what happens is the guys basically, they realize that they're not going to get O back if they don't take matters into their own hands. So they pretend to cooperate while they're trying to take this cartel out and play both sides and et cetera. That's when the violence ensues and both sides get more and more graphic and savage-like. This is based on a book. I'm not familiar with the book at all. Justin, are you familiar with the book at all?
I ain't seen shit. That work?
Literally.
No, I sure haven't.
Well, overall, I can't compare it to the book. Overall, it's a pretty suspenseful movie. Oliver Stone directed it. It was really nice to see him come back and do a movie that doesn't have a bunch of deep political undertones. That was nice, because that's what he's been stuck in for a long time. This is really just a straightforward, violent crime pick through and through. The actors are all pretty solid. Taylor Kitsch, in particular, proved he's a good actor. He really is. And he's got charisma and charm, and the guy's got some balls behind him. It's not him, it's the movies or the marketing. Something is the reason that his movies haven't clicked. So I feel bad for him because probably he won't get hired again. So this might be the last time we actually see him in a theater. He's going to start showing up in like Val Kilmer pics or something.
Well, it might have something to do with the fact that his balls are behind him. That's got to be uncomfortable.
Oh, touche.
He'll be in the next Wolverine movie, won't he? As Gambit?
I have no idea. We'll find out. He's going to be free, I'll bet. So they can probably pick him up. It was really weird seeing the Kick-Ass kid all grown up. It was really weird seeing him in this movie. Because it took me a while before I realized who he was. Because I saw the name and I'm like, is that the kid from Kick-Ass? No, it can't be him. And you see him and he's all scruffy, he's grown up. I mean, he looks like he's 35 years old, and that movie was only like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So I really don't understand. Maybe he had a hard time because he didn't get recognized as much as Brian recognizes Chloe Moretz, but he did a really good job. He played a nice Buddhist. Blake Lively was fine, but I think some people are either touting her or condemning her for this performance. It seems there's no middle ground. I thought she was just okay. If you saw The Town, you saw the same performance. This is a little happier than that one.
This is happier? I heard this was
well,
violent.
she's a really evil chick in The Town. She turns into, basically, she really turns into a bad person. Mm-hmm. She's a really nice person in this movie. I mean, she tends to be a little open, but she's a nice person.
Well, she's doing two dudes at the same time.
Salma Hayek was great. Fantastic as a mother, vicious cartel runner. I mean, she did a really wonderful job of walking that fine line between I'm a soft, caring mother, I care for my kids, and also I'm going to cut your fucking head off if you don't do what I say, you stupid white girl. I was actually really impressed with her. So she did a nice job. John Travolta was hysterical. So I don't know if he was trying to work off some I'm getting sued for all my massage and shit steam, but he did a really good job. He was batshit crazy and did a great job. And Benicio del Toro, he's a standout. The guy is creepy as hell. He's a violent, sick bastard, and he'll do anything to handle his business. He plays the character you expect to play in a movie like this, where, you know, he's there to do his job. He doesn't care about what you have to say. He doesn't care about your personal affiliations or anything else. He's there for business, and that's it. So he does a great job. So the action was skilled, scenes were tense, acting was solid, everything worked until the last 10 minutes of the movie. I'm not going to say what happens. I'm not going to imply what happens. It's not a twist or anything like that. It's just that it seems like the last 10 minutes of the movie, the filmmakers crossed the line into the absolute preposterous, and that's really all I'm going to say about it. So if $10 is the full price of admission, the movie was a 7. The way it ended dropped it to a 5.5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, was not a fan.
Ooh.
Yep. I can't really say any more without ruining it for people, and I'm not going to do that. So